Well, thanks for visiting us here this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Morses with your Tuesday morning forecast update. A few of you waking up to maybe some thunder early this morning. We have the tail end of a stationary front drifting through here. No severe weather, but some rumbles of thunder this morning right along the Louisiana-Arkansas border. Those showers and storms will likely push east just after sunrise. So most of today partly cloudy and very warm with highs in the low to mid 90s this afternoon. And there's a look at some of those storms that developed near Texarkana and have just kind of pushed south through the overnight hours. Here is potential maybe the rain drifts as far south as I-20 by about 8 or 9 a.m. this morning, but should be out of here very, very quickly. And your temperatures here have dropped into the low to mid 70s early this morning, so it's a pretty warm morning for us and a hot afternoon. We'll wind up in the low to mid 90s today, which is at or just above average. Typical high is about 92 degrees, but the humidity extremely high, not only because of the south wind, but just all the rain that we've had. So the ground is basically just a swamp here at this point. So with the high humidity, our heat index up to about 104 degrees this afternoon. 105 is the baseline for a heat advisory, and we could see that in the upcoming days here. So if you're planning on doing any yard work, outdoor exercise, just try to do it early in the morning or maybe late in the evening when these temperatures will be at the coolest part of the day here. Not a lot of fun to be working outside on a day like today, so make sure you have plenty of water and just kind of stay hydrated and take as many breaks in the air conditioning as possible. That will go for the rest of the week. You can see the heat index will stay at or just above 100 probably through early next week, but next week we get some of the sea breeze thunderstorms to move in, and that's a really nice pattern for us. Tends to give us some afternoon cool down, so hopefully we'll see some relief by early next week. So a couple things we're watching. Again, the tail end of this front will sweep the rain through pretty quickly this morning. There's another front diving south across Kansas. That front's going to stay to the north of us, but it will stir up a few thunderstorms late Wednesday, so I'll get to that in just a moment. Let me give you your Robbins Toyota Futurecast today. Shows the rain moving out of here pretty quickly, but we'll be left with those partly cloudy conditions through the afternoon, and we can't rule out maybe just a rogue storm towards Natchitoches or maybe Magnolia or easternmost counties and parishes this afternoon, but there should not be much rain out there today. All of the rain yesterday stayed east of Shreveport, and that will be the case for us again this afternoon. Mentioned the front coming in Wednesday night. It will stir up a few storms. We'll have to watch for wind and hail. This will be overnight that we could see some of those storms maybe as far south as Texarkana, and I think Futurecast has a pretty good handle on that. You can see the storms coming in just after sunset tomorrow night and maybe falling apart as we go into Thursday morning. I think it's doubtful the rain will push as far south as Shreveport, but we'll keep an eye on that forecast for the next day or two. Won't be much rain. We're talking about rainfall accumulations here, probably less than a quarter inch in most locations, so the rainfall map continues to dry out on us, showing only about a quarter to half inch of rain through the end of the week here. So again, if you do have any outdoor plans, don't have to worry about the rain so much, but the heat's a different story, as it will be very summer-like through the weekend. In fact, our ridge of high pressure will be strongest Friday and Saturday. That may send our highs into the upper 90s as we go into the weekend. I think there's a decent chance we can see some heat advisories here late this week and maybe into the weekend. But next week, next Monday and Tuesday for sure, we'll likely see some of those sea breeze thunderstorms move up from the coastline. That's one of the nicer patterns we get in. Again, we'll have the warm mornings, but sometimes the rain will develop early in the day and keep us a little cooler than forecast. So that's what we're hoping for early next week.